Hi everyone, this is LAR Games, and today I'm watching episode 3 of season 2 of Dr. Stone. Unlike a certain other sequel that's airing this season, Dr. Stone at least has the decency of calling the second season episode numbers what they actually are for the season. Season 2 episode 1, season 2 episode 3, and so forth. Slime, on the other hand, they're numbered like if they were just a continuation of, like if it was the same season as the first season, which bothers me. Which is why I number them how I think they should be. But yeah, Dr. Stone, super excited to get into this. It seems they finally got to communicate with Senku's friends, finally. I haven't seen them in a while, not since the early parts of season 1. So it's going to be interesting to hear from them again. Have no idea what they've been doing this entire time, but I feel we're going to get a lot of information about what's been going on that side for all this time. So with that said, let's get into it. So in terms of recreation, I feel there's not too much to do here. Since we got another villain here. Also, how did they do that? How did they build that? I don't think that's natural. At the top of the cavern there. And if it is, man, did they get lucky to find such an interesting place to make a base? So he was definitely planning on placing the a radio there. He's got quite the ability to plan ahead. So, am I thinking that she's listening to all this? Is that what I'm supposed to get out of this? I guess not. She's not listening. But she is suspicious, clearly. Oh no, then he screams. Out of all the days that they decide to do this, this is the day that somebody follows them. This does introduce a bit of uh, anxiety into the whole thing, knowing that the plans aren't exactly going how they're supposed to, even if the major things have. Like, the goals have been achieved, but at the same time, things are getting in the way of those goals being successful. Oh my god, the guy in the background, he's great. Please don't yell. I guess from her perspective, it might just seem like he's crying. Alright, as usual, opening skipped. So it might just seem like he's crying over Senku's death, because they are showing their backs to that eavesdropper. I'm impressed he bothered to actually print his name on there. Or stencil it, probably. It does seem like they're just crying. Is it the anniversary? It'd be very convenient if it was. I also like how Senku is whispering, so they can't actually hear Senku. As usual. No, he understands. I do like the amount of faith that he has in him, which is, rightly placed, just considering how astronomically impressive Senku's mind is. I'm just excited to see some more technological progress. More tangible. Oh, right. Yeah, they were kind of chased and discovered. Somehow Tsukasa knew all of the very impressive people, like almost superhuman, of his time to revive that were also young. Or young enough. I don't know what his range is here. Did he stop at like 30s? Did he stop at like 20s? Does he only stop at teens? A lot of them don't seem like they're even close to being teens. They look like 40-year-olds, but I'm assigning that to the art. You keep telling them to be quiet, but they're not listening. Well, that's one battery spent. You're not yelling right now. You should be yelling. Did they die? Well, rip. What is that formation? And how did they find it? Like, why is it in Japan? Is that something in Japan already? So they're planning to bring her in? Oh, right, that weird plan. I forgot about that. To be honest, that plan just doesn't really make sense to me. Like anyone would believe. Then again, no, yeah, it's a weird plan because it implies the US has recovered and that she's still alive. Oh, okay. Well, let's see how this goes. Ugh. Oh, that hurts to listen to. Oh my god, don't stop. Oh no, the cringe. Okay, so she knows that. That's one of the reasons. I'm surprised this is working, to be honest. Like, it really shouldn't. What a coincidence, huh? Would she? Would she know that? Hmm. There's also the option of saying you actually don't know how many. Of course, Senku already remembered that. Or he's just going to calculate it. All right. Please don't do that anymore. I'm glad she's speaking Japanese now. That is a question that a super fan would also know. Somebody who can imitate her enough. Like, you would usually think that the only people that can imitate her would be ones that are fans of her. Oh, okay. Okay. Unfortunate chest size, of course, as with everyone in this series so far. What a weird thing. I really don't think this was. Ugh. Like, I feel you could have just bet on the recording and said something along the lines of, "We can play this in this world." You didn't have to lie about her being alive. That was just like the most dumb thing. Man, the characters look so ugly in this series. Well, yes, you didn't have to lie. Again, you didn't have to lie about it. But this was all you needed. Well, that's unexpected, but it seems we have someone new on the team. Her voice sounds familiar. Please stop. You should stop yelling. You should. You're undercover. All right, this is. Well, logically, like, even if she wasn't a super fan, it still would be incredibly hard to believe. And I still don't understand why they would go with this really improbable plan to impersonate someone that pretty much everyone knows already died. And if they didn't think she died, and if she was frozen, then at least they would know that if the US had come back, why would she still be alive in that case? Wouldn't she be also one of the people that were unfrozen sometime before the US recovered? I don't know, it just feels like those things connected together just don't work. And again, in the end, it ended up being just the fact that, like, even if you're not a fan of that songstress, you would at least understand the concept of this is what technology can do, and this, I'm actually making it progress, and we can go back to the way things were. You know, you didn't need to lie about that. You could have just played the song anyway. But yeah, those are my gripes with that little plan, but thankfully they're not doing it anymore. They just gave up on that. God. I knew it wasn't going to work, and if it did, I would have been very surprised. So thankfully it didn't. Regarding the I might fall in love with you line, I can't say I would object to that kind of stuff happening in this series, but at the same time, I want some better looking characters. At least ones that would be eligible for that role. Because so far, pretty much every female character is a bit too top heavy. So, yeah, not a fan of most of the designs. And even not taking into account that, like, lips and eyes are just extremely off-putting in this series. So, yeah. Near the end, it was pretty great. And actually, the part where where Senku said that line where he said, I'll keep this one song forever, or, you know, I'll preserve it. That actually got me a little bit, because just the idea of, like, preserving something that's very old and precious, it's very inspiring. So, yeah. But that's all I have to say about this episode. Hope you enjoyed my reaction to it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.